Michael Vaughan. Missing since July 27, 2021. A viable tip about the disappearance of Michael Vaughan has led authorities to the backyard of a local home. Authorities are searching the backyard of Stacey and Sara Wondra. Sara Wondra has been charged with failure to report a death related to missing Michael Vaughan. Sara appeared in front of the judge to face her charges today.
Case of Sara Wondra.
Excuse me, Your Honor, do you need me for anything else today?
No, thank you very much for your help.
All right, you're welcome.
Are you Sara Wondra? Ma'am, can you hear me? I need you to move in a little closer to the mic. I'm unable to hear you.
No, I'm Stacey Wondra.
Okay. You're Stacey Wondra?
I'm Sara Wondra, sir.
You're Sara Wondra. Okay, thank you. Ms. Wondra, in this case, which is CR 38221769, you are charged with having violated the law in one count. It is alleged that you did on or about the 12th day of November of this year here in the state of Idaho fail to notify the coroner of a death, the death of Michael Vaughan. With the intent to prevent the discovery of the manner of death. That is a felony here in the state of Idaho. Do you understand the allegation that's been made against you?
I understand what they've said is not correct.
All right. You have a number of rights when you are charged with a crime. The deputies typically hand out a document that describes those rights in detail. Did you receive a document like that?
They're giving me documents right now.
All right. So in a criminal case, ma'am, you have the right to remain silent as it relates to the underlying charges. You have the right to require the state to prove the charges beyond a reasonable doubt, the right to cross-examine and confront the evidence the state may put on in an effort to prove its case, the right to testify in your own defense if you wish to, the right to use subpoenas to bring witnesses and evidence to the trial as you may determine to be appropriate, and the right to be represented by an attorney at all stages of these proceedings. Do you understand that you have those rights?
I have those rights, but I don't have any reason to be silent. I did nothing wrong.
All right, well, so I'm going to remind you that you have the right to remain silent. I'm not going to say anything to you or ask you any questions that are designed to get you to speak about or encourage you to speak about the underlying events. But everyone who gives up that right and does speak about the case or make any statement at all about it, of course, those can be used against you, so I'll remind you of that. As it relates to your right to an attorney, do you intend to ask me to appoint an attorney at public expense? Do you intend to hire your own counsel or represent yourself in this case?
A mother just wants answers.
Represent myself? No, get an attorney.
Okay. Do you want me to appoint an attorney to help you at county expense?
I'm point one.
All right, let me have you raise your right hand to be sworn so I can ask you some questions to be sure you qualify. Do you solemnly swear the testimony that you're about to give me will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Did you notice? Sara put her hand down before swearing to the truth.
All right, thank you. Ms. Wondra, what is your current physical address? And current telephone number? Don't scratch that. I'm not going to ask you about that right now. Who is your current employer?
I am for myself, self-employed, taxi driver.
And what is your typical income in a week?
I wouldn't be able to tell you because I don't know the exact amount. I haven't known. doing my tax drives lately.
More or less than $500 a week?
Probably more than 500. I haven't been doing it.
So are you working at all right now?
Well, obviously not if I'm in jail, but I only work day to day.
Right, so I'm just trying to get an idea of what your typical income is. Obviously, when a person's in custody, they can't generate income.
I don't know my exact income.
All right. Do you own any land or buildings anywhere?
I don't own land or buildings.
How much money do you have in the bank or cash on hand?
I think I have some change in my purse.
Do you own any personal property worth more than $1,000?
I gave everything to the most I got, but I am partially car, but I also don't own the whole thing.
Meaning you owe money against it to someone?
No, I have owned it with my dad.
I see. All right, I do find you qualified for the appointment of an attorney. I'm going to appoint in this case Ms. Jolene Maloney. I did review an affidavit of probable cause in this case and do, for purposes of this appearance, find probable cause. What's the state's position, if any, on bond?
Your Honor, the state is asking for a relatively high bond. Obviously, there are implications associated with this charge, and this is the young boy that we're talking about has been missing for a year and a half, and so. It should be noted that Ms. Wondra is on pretrial release for federal gun charges for felon in possession of a firearm, and so and while that would have happened after Michael Vaughn initially disappeared, I think it shows that she's a danger to the community, and she fails to abide by the social norms that we all expect. And there are obviously very serious implications in her being aware of his whereabouts this whole time. So the state's asking for a $1 million bond.
All right, in this case, the court, as it does in all cases, of course, takes into account Idle Criminal 46 and the factors set forth there, specifically problematic as it relates to a release conditions or on Ms. Wandra's own recognizance or her criminal history, which the court would provide as part of the probable cause affidavit, the possibility of violations of law, were she to be released, and the inability to necessarily manage those effectively with restraint to account. The court will set bond in this case in the amount of $500,000. Should that bond be posted, Ms. Wondra must immediately sign up to pretrial release services to be monitored. She must be fitted with a GPS tracking device prior to her release from custody. She must not commit crimes pending the resolution of this case. She must not leave the state of Idaho. She must remain sober. Maintain contact with her attorney, attend all of her court hearings, sign a waiver of extradition, and sign up to pretrial release before leaving, otherwise the Fayette County Courthouse complex. I'm going to set this for a status conference and review hearing on the 21st and 22nd of November. The status conference will be at 10 a.m. on the 21st and the preliminary hearing at 9 a.m. on the 22nd.
Name of the state, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll be in recess.